Yes, hello friends, welcome back to the channel Football Therapy with me, your host Jan, and I hope you're doing well. I really do hope that actually, and welcome back to Chelsea News. Of course, the daily series here on the channel where we reflect on what's being said about the Blues. I give you my opinion for whatever that's worth, but more importantly, I reach my cold, clammy hand out and ask for yours. I say that because they are legitimately cold and clammy. Today we're talking about what Pochettino wants in terms of players, ins and outs. We're going to douse some water on fake news and maybe voice concerns about potentially legitimate news. Lots to talk about today. I do thank you for joining me. Thanks for coming on the ride, bro. If you want Chelsea news all the time, I recommend that you subscribe and turn the bell on, because I upload once or twice a day, and if you want to be the first to hear the news and my take on said news, you can do that by subscribing and hitting the bell. And if you want to do us a favour, why not consider dropping a like? That's very kind. Ooh, right. Where to start? How about let's start on Neymar. I know, I can feel the collective eyes rolling of thousands, 10,000s of people viewing this video. Yes, Neymar, the 31-year-old super talented player who is a divisive character for some. Obviously, generational talent. Absolutely incredible. 31, but, you know, look at what Messi and Ronaldo are doing at 31. I heard Andy Brassel, European football expert, talk about Neymar and say it's a common misconception that this guy doesn't work hard. He does work hard for his team. People get this idea that he's just like flops about, throws his arms up in the air. I mean, maybe he's got a touch of... No, because I was going to say he's like Bruno Fernandes. He doesn't moan like Bruno Fernandes. He dives like Neymar. That's like his trademark. But he does get the crap kicked out of him. Look, he's great. He's great. Chelsea have been linked to Neymar. Neymar has been offered to Chelsea. Multiple reports are saying that. Another article saying via Sport Witness talking about Neymar's willing to leave PSG this summer. PSG have been trying to offload him for a while. They want to rebuild the team. If you look at the PSG team at the moment, it's not that great. With a couple of injuries, it's pretty stinky, to be honest. Like, you got it's like Mbappe and vibes a lot of the time. Messi will be going. People speculated on the Barcelona return, but it looks like he's going to go to the Saudi League for that stuff. Yeah. Neymar is a bad idea for Chelsea. Even if he's this just absolute superstar that would draw people to him, he's an X factor. People might be saying, how can you say no to Neymar? Just look at his numbers in every single year of his career. You know, yes, you'd be like, well, we've come to Chelsea and what do we do best? Kill players' confidence and numbers and statistics. True. But it's still him. The point being, he'll be on horrendously large wages. He will not sign up to whatever Chelsea's new wage structure is. He's on like silly money. Like, I think probably 600k a week plus something, you know, ridiculous. Chelsea do have a wage structure for, I think, younger players on long-term deals. I think we make exceptions to that if, £606,000 a week. Ugh. I think we do make exceptions for senior players on shorter deals, like 1+1s, 2+1s, whether that's Thiago Silva, probably N'Golo Kante, who's about to extend, touch wood, and then you'd assume Neymar as well. But the point being, like, no, this is my opinion. I think this is 90% of your opinions. It is a story that keeps circling around the bowl that we're trying to flush away, but the truth is he probably has been offered to Chelsea as well as Newcastle. Maybe he'd actually want to come to Chelsea despite no Champions League. The project, the talent, Southwest London, you know, he likes living in Paris. He'd probably like living in the creme de la creme of London, but it's not good for us and it would be a bad move. Let me know what you think, and let's move on from this silly, frustrating story as quickly as possible. Ready. Let's talk about some fake news. Now, of late, on loads of headlines, I actually haven't covered it. I may well have done, because, you know, this channel, this series at least, is about me reflecting and reacting to what's being said in the media, the headlines. And of course, there was loads of headlines talking about Chelsea going in for Rafinha again. Of course, why would you not believe that? We went in for him before. We tried really hard to get him. It looked like we were going to get him. And then he went, oh, I can go to Barcelona. Zing! And he was off to Barcelona. Now, the stories were suggesting should Messi return to Barcelona, they'll need to earn money to pay his wages, to register him. And Rafinha is a high-profile, high-value player, apparently. And they could sell him to, again, either Newcastle or Chelsea, the money that's out there, and register Messi. Now, it does look like Messi's going to go to Saudi Arabia to play for the rival team of Ronaldo. They are doing, I know they're both like, super old now, but they are really trying to get some juice over there, aren't they? By rekindling that. I mean, maybe they'll get Mbappe and Haaland when they're both 30 and not 35 and 38 or 9 or whatever they are. And they'll slowly, and then before you know it, they'll have the two young superstars in like 20 years' time. Who knows? The money, the players follow the money. Just look at the Premier League. God, strange, eh? Strange times we live in. But anyway, Rafinha has come out and said this quote, and it's via Fabrizio Romano, fake news. Who shared that news is not well informed and not professional. Rafinha, of course, playing for Barcelona, which is his dream club. I think he was very, very interested in the Chelsea move, of course, after leaving Leeds. And why wouldn't you want to be a Chelsea? Prestigious West London club, but also, I believe at the time, were we champions of Europe? Or was it the summer after? It's getting further and further away that time, isn't it, when we won the Champions League, and I don't like it. But, recently champions of Europe at least. And of course, hugely alluring to go from like recently promoted Leeds to Chelsea. But when he heard he had the opportunity to go to Barca, he was like, zing, I want that. Of course, he flew off, and the rest is history. So he doesn't want to come to Chelsea. So he just doesn't want to leave Barcelona. And if Messi is indeed not to return to Barcelona and go off to Saudi Arabia, I reckon this is a non-story. This is fake news, and we should wave it away as fake news and move on. Right, we're going to be citing Cy Phillips's website, chelsea-news.co, to talk about a few stories, or a couple of stories here. Sammy Mockbell, who of course writes for the Mail, actually well informed, has spoken about Harry Kane to Chelsea. Now, yes, we know Poch, and we'll talk about this in just a moment, wants Premier League proven players. And we know we need a striker. There's only one man for the job then, apart from Haaland, who's a Premier League proven striker. But, above all, I just think Poch would love Harry Kane at Chelsea. He knows the project. He wants a striker. And, it would be like his dream signing. It would be probably my dream signing, to be honest, short of like, I think Harry Kane would be the perfect bridge for like the likes of Armando Broja to train. Or to have Poch to train him in the background, to try and Harry Kane him up. And, have Harry Kane at his peak for like 2 or 3 years with Broja coming in and out. That would be my dream. But Mockbell says this. The likelihood of Daniel Levy selling Harry Kane to Chelsea is virtually non-existent. Wah, wah, wah. But then he goes on to say, Dusan Vlahovic is an interesting name. Now, Dusan Vlahovic, right? He was like a hot topic. Didn't Juventus break their transfer record signing him? I may be wrong. This season, it's not as bad as I thought, but it's still pretty bad. He's made 20 appearances in Serie A for Juve, and he's got 10 goals and a couple of assists to boot. So he's got a goal every other game. But when elite striker goes to Juve, usually they just score loads of goals still. I think Higuain, of course, he went there from Napoli, Sardi's Napoli, scoring loads of goals. He went to Juve and scored goals. I think he was still their top scorer, scored a lot. Maybe not as much as the record-breaking Napoli season, but even though he was going to the behemoth in the league at the time that was Juve, it's a new team and you've got chemistry with, the team you currently play with and all that. So it's tricky. Vlahovic for Fiorentina. Let's have a look here. I've got it in front of me. The numbers in front of me, guys. Don't you worry. Fiorentina 2021 season. And bearing in mind, he's paying for Fiorentina, not like a big team. He scored 21 league goals and got 3 assists. And then he got 17 goals and 2 assists in the 21-22 season, the following season. Didn't he get sold in January? I have a feeling... No, maybe not. Maybe not. I thought... am I thinking of, like, Luka Jovic? I swear Vlahovic went in January and he'd scored so many goals. Yeah, I think he did go in January of Fiorentina because in 21 apps, he scored 17 goals, which is, like, redunculous, obviously. He was seriously running hot. He had 19 goal involvements in 1,800 minutes, which obviously is superb. It's crazy. And then he went to Juve for the second half of that season, I believe. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. But anyway, Vlahovic was running super hot. He's still really young, of course. He's still only 23, which is wild. And he just hasn't really exploded at Juve. Of course, he's doing okay this season with a goal every other game. That's a strong record. If we had that, I mean, we'd be grabbing that with both hands. But does that mean he's going to come in and do well at Chelsea? It does really remind me of Piatek, remember him? It does really remind me of Luka Jovic. It does really remind me of Andrea Bellotti, you know, the Torino striker that does the rooster celebration, now playing for Roma. They had these, like, sensational periods where they just looked like the best striker in Europe and then failed to impress going forwards. It's only really, like, in recent years... Erling Haaland that's just eating everything alive wherever he's gone. That's probably why we should have signed him. Not that weird, the chance. So Dusan Vlahovic is an interesting one, but the Harry Kane, very unlikely. So moving on to another one of Sai's articles, another thing he has stressed, what Mauricio Pochettino has told Chelsea. Okay, let's have a little look here. Chelsea should soon be announcing Pochettino. Yes. We've read that 1,000 times. There is a lot being said about this right now, and Pochettino's discussions with Chelsea being very deep, with the Argentine having a lot of questions to make sure they're seeing things in the same way. Can we just pause here? I am cool with this. And actually, the more time goes past and everyone gets more, understandably to a degree, frustrated, I feel more zen. I feel more calm. In fact, I'm going to be a bit zen now. Because this means due diligence. This means being sure. This means not rushing stuff. And I'm done with rushing. Sounds like a guy who no longer wants to smoke meth. Yes, so I am pleased with that. You know, taking really real care in the appointment. A lot of things, and making sure he will be heard and be listened to in terms of control and having a say in operations. I think this is a very good thing, and he should have that, as do I, Sai. That rhymed. Whereas, you know, Graham Potter was a good coach, very good speaker, and emotionally compassionate and empathetic guy, but he was very much just coming along for the ride and going, yeah, cool. I hate the term yes man, because, you know, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer was a yes man at Man United. Gareth Southgate is a yes man for England. I guess he was a yes man, but I don't want to disrespect Graham Potter because he's an excellent coach. Do you know what I mean? Anyway, let's read on. Especially when you hear that one of the things that he has told Chelsea, that he's keen to bring proven Premier League qualities in when recruiting this summer, which would be tough because if you want to bring proven Premier League players, you've got to be like, if they're proven, they might be coming from a side that's doing quite well. We are in the bottom half of the table, ladies and gentlemen. They're probably going to be coming from a team above us. Maybe even a team in a European competition. But we've got to be, now button that off, come to Chelsea, friend. I guess throw money at them? Anyway, this is relevant and a salient point because it goes back to the Harry Kane. He would have loved Harry Kane. Won't get Harry Kane, you know. Chelsea have lacked general experience and leadership this season, and although signing top young quality has been great, and it has been great, like, you know, who else is buzzing to see Andre Santos in the side? Me, and, you know, Malo Gusto, etc. Easy for me to say. They need to search a little bit more for balance now, I agree. And, you know, this is the kind of stuff Thiago Silva's calling out for. He's a leader himself, but, you know, he needs more players on the pitch. And, you know, maybe not God bless him, Azpilicueta, who's looking more and more cooked each day. What Pochettino does want is Premier League proven quality, Ben Jacobs explained on his Court Offside column. It's another thing he has stressed. Pochettino has still been keen to understand the existing summer plans, especially around outgoings, of which, guys, we are praying there is many. Pochettino will also look for a new goalkeeper, zing, hopefully Andre Onana, central midfielder, zing, hopefully Declan Rice, and striker, oh my god, I have no idea who. His relationship with co-sporting directors Winstanley and Stewart is going to be key. It is the key. So, goalkeeper, hold on, let's just think about this. Goalkeeper, Andre Onana, gotta be top. My brain is gone. Target. Striker, who knows, man. It's not Harry Kane. We're not going to get Osimhen, surely. I mean, if we do, this channel will be popping off. So, hey, remember to hit the bell when you subscribe, because as soon as there's a little bubble of Osimhen news, oh, hot dog, my giddy aunt, I'll be all over it. The news, not my giddy aunt. Yes, so striker, goalkeeper, central midfielder. Now this is very much a CDM situation scenario. Of course, Declan Rice, he's just incredible. I know some people don't like him, maybe it's because he's English and they want exotic imports, but he's just incredible. I was looking at some of his numbers. I love his attitude. He's a leader, he's fun. He's, the way he interacts with fans. That video of him and the little boy is so sweet when he gives him his shirt. I love everything. I'm just going to hate it. So I'd hate if Mason Mount goes to, I know he's not a Chelsea player. He's a Chelsea boy, though. He's an academy boy and a big Chelsea fan. But not because one of ours is going to Arsenal, because he's not one of ours. He's a West Ham player. But to see them get such a good player that I personally love, that would sting. That would sting nearly as much as seeing, this would sting more when I think about it, but Mason Mount playing in an Arsenal or Liverpool shirt. Because that is one of ours and one of our better ones. But seeing them get this available player that would love to play for Chelsea would just hurt so much. But they'll pay him more money. They'll pay him a bigger basic. They're in the Champions League. What can we say? We'll offer you a dysfunctional project and vibes and less money, but you love Chelsea. Anyway, that's for another time. So it's been a long video, so I'm going to wrap it up, guys. I'm very intrigued and interested to read your comments, as always. So please do comment, like, and subscribe. And I'll see you very soon. Peace.